This is Dirty Sheets Breaking News.
Hello everyone, this is Nick from New York, and this is another episode of DS Breaking News brought to you by DirtySheets.net, your number one source for pro wrestling news and analysis. This episode has to do with Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle and what he had to do to prepare for his TLC match, his match back in the WWE, his first match back in the WWE. Now, Kurt Angle, as we all know, isn't in the best shape. He's broken his neck several times, and he is on the older side of wrestlers. Most wrestlers are winding down their career at this point, and that's no different from Kurt. He hasn't wrestled in a few years, and he hasn't been inside a WWE ring in more than 11. He did wrestle in TNA, but he hasn't really wrestled a regular schedule in a couple of years, let alone a WWE schedule. So WWE had an emergency. They needed people for the match this Sunday, and they put Kurt Angle in the match. Now, we've read a lot of reports all over the internet basically stating that the WWE rushed and he passed a full medical clearance, and they went through this whole huge convoluted process, and we can tell you that that is completely false. The only medical clearance that Kurt Angle went through was a simple concussion protocol test and a simple physical. He did not go through the full WWE medical clearance process, and I'll read to you what that includes. So on top of the simple physical and the concussion protocol testing that he did go through, a full medical clearance would include as well laboratory tests, which do take some time to process, chest x-rays, pulmonary function testing, audiograms, full body CAT scanning, EKGs, heart stress tests, and vascular age tests. They didn't put Kurt Angle into this match until Friday, and the match was on Sunday. There just wouldn't have been enough time for him to go through all that testing. Plus, on top of that, it's highly unlikely that the WWE would have subjected Kurt Angle to those tests because there's a high likelihood that he wouldn't pass the medical clearance, and they wouldn't have that name to try to promote a card that had been decimated by their other medical issues, their current active roster superstars with the mumps. So that's the news. Kurt Angle didn't go through a full WWE medical clearance. He's not actually cleared to work in the ring. And, I mean, that makes sense if you look at his performance at TLC. He basically hit a bunch of guys with a bunch of chairs, took one bump through a table, and, hit 2 angle slams. The guy was completely blown up just from that. So, they just kind of thought that they would throw that name out there for that match, try to get some eyeballs on the match because of Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt's absence. Thanks so much for watching this episode of DS Breaking News. Please give us a like, leave a comment below, let us know what you think about this news, and subscribe, and go to our website, DirtySheets.net, because we are the number one source for pro wrestling news worldwide.